Hey guys, welcome to Sisterly Vibes with Holland and Macy, where we talk about all sorts of things. Today we're going to shed light on the dark and dreary days of winter. That's right, we're talking about seasonal affective disorder. But don't worry, we promise to keep things bright and cheery, so grab a cup of hot cocoa, snuggle up with your favorite blanket, and let's dive into the world of sad.
Alrighty, well, so if you guys didn't know, the Mayo Clinic actually defines seasonal affective disorder as a type of depression that is related to the changes in seasons. It typically starts around fall and will continue through the winter. However, there is a lower amount of people who actually experiences through spring and summer, which is not as much common, but do you know what? It's still there. So it really can happen any time of the year, but the major part is different changes in the season. So, a lot of people are actually affected by this, all ages. It's more common in women, however, and then also those people who live further away from the equator. Okay, so today we're going to be learning about the causes, symptoms, treatments, and options for SAD.
So, the exact cause of SAD is not known, but it is thought to be related to the changes in sunlight exposure during the winter months. This can disrupt, the body's internal clock, leading to changes in mood and behavior. Other factors that may contribute to SAD include genetics, serotonin levels, and melatonin levels.
Yeah, so to kind of dive a little more deep into that, especially when it comes to, like, again, your genetics, but your serotonin levels and melatonin levels, both are such an important part in your body. So, in a drop of the serotonin, a brain's chemical neurotransmitters that affect our mood play a role in SAD. A reduced sunlight can actually drop those serotonin, which triggers the depression. And it's kind of the same for the melatonin levels, where during the changes in season, there's going to be a disruption balance in our body's level of melatonin, which also plays a major role in our sleep patterns and our mood.
Yeah, I just think this disorder is really interesting because, I feel like I have a lot of symptoms like losing interest in activities I usually enjoy or just feeling low and having trouble sleeping. I just think of it as the winter blues. Like I never think of it as something super serious, but a lot of people go through this and I think it's really interesting to explore the um, causes and symptoms and just dive right into it.
No, I totally agree. Ever since I was a little kid, my mom always would tell us that we have to prepare for our winter blues. And she always reminds me that, remember, these are your hardest months to get through, but it's just a short period of time. And it happens every year, almost clockwork. It's actually crazy because I also definitely just feel like I have a definite decrease in energy, and it's so weird. I'm definitely sleeping a lot more than I typically would during the spring and summer months, but also have a more increase in my anxiety, loss in interest, and it's just changes in appetite. I feel like probably during these months I'm just a little less hungry. Kind of feel like I'm like a bear, kind of just
Hibernating.
hibernating.
Yeah. I I don't know how much you like winter, but I can handle winter for about a week and then I'm ready for it to be over. So, we stay inside, we, bundle up as much as we can. So, just being inside and being almost like um grabbed in by your bed and
Yeah, just
something
kind of
comfy.
confined almost into a smaller space.
Yeah. It's just I know, like we say, we want to go photosynthesize outside and get some sun
Yes.
so we feel better because we feel like we've been inside all day. So I think it's definitely crazy how much of a effect the sun and just the weather has an effect on our mood.
I completely agree. I mean, today I was literally just outside and I kind of was just like, okay, I'm tanning, but I'm actually photosynthesizing because I really needed that sunlight to kind of boost my mood, just make me feel a lot more, I don't know, energized.
Yeah.
I definitely feel like I've gained something from there, like that natural vitamin C or vitamin D, as they say. It's just like it. It definitely has a difference, and but it is like you said, it's so crazy. Like when it's raining outside, I definitely feel just more tired, kind of lethargic, and it's just like, oh, I don't want to go outside. But when it's sunny out there, I have my windows open, my door open. I want to go out for a walk. I want to eat outside. Like, I just want to be one with the nice air.
Yeah, winter and fall is not very inviting. And I think, it is important to maybe prepare or try to, make yourself feel better when you're, experiencing these symptoms. I know one like really effective treatment is light therapy, and I know a lot of people, maybe can't get access to it or, you know, can't afford it, but um, it's proven to work really well. It is a basically it's a light box to stimulate natural sunlight. Um, so when you can't get that sunlight during the winter, and other treatments or things to make yourself feel better would just be you know maybe check in on some therapy or go outside, go photosynthesize, make changes to your daily routine, do something productive so you feel good while not going outside and enjoying the sun.
Yeah, I totally agree. And I mean, if you can, a lot of those light therapy boxes, like they're everywhere in stores. I know like Target definitely has them. They typically range from like I believe like 5 to like $30.
Yeah, even like those sunset lamps that are like super trendy right now would be so good.
And they make it truly makes a difference. My mom bought them for her, myself, and also for my brother. And I haven't really had much of a chance to use it, but I've seen lots of people in their offices especially also have them.
Oh yeah.
Like even for year round, just kind of be able to have that stimulation. Like again, it definitely it helps a lot for a lot of people who have actually tried it. But you know what? There's also some people who have found it really helpful to begin the treatment for the symptoms before they normally would start during the fall and winter months, or if it's for you spring and summer, then starting it before then, and then continue it past the time your symptoms would typically go away. So from people who've actually tried this, they feel like that's definitely preventing those symptoms from returning. So you're really just kind of stepping on some things, like you're doing that light therapy, you're trying to kind of just put healthy stuff into your body, and also meditate with your brain and just do positive thinking, and just kind of doing everything you can to try to keep yourself uplifted during these hard months for you.
Yeah.
That is such a vital thing, because when you feel so down and so lethargic and so just not on your beat that day, it's so difficult to just keep going and doing the things that you need to get done, like your schoolwork or work.
Yeah, I think you're totally right, and I think it's super important to just acknowledge that you're not alone, and a lot of people are going through the same things that you are. So talk about it with someone. I'm sure they're experiencing something similar, and they could help, or you guys could help each other. It's definitely worth experimenting with different types of, I don't want to call them treatments, but ways to make yourself feel better. Just take care of yourself. It's important.
Absolutely. I agree for sure. And if you are experiencing some of these symptoms, it's important to talk to a healthcare provider. I mean, they're there to help you, so they can help you determine what the best treatment plan for you is, so they can kind of set up something, tell you, maybe give you more research on that, like light therapy, or say maybe you do need to do therapy, or maybe just hey, go outside for a few minutes every day, just 5 minutes, sit in the sun, then go inside.
Yeah.
But remember that SAD is a treatable condition. This is not something that's just, there's nothing out there you just can't do to help it. And it's just important to find which treatment's right for you. I think it's probably an easier process than what a lot of people expect. And I think it's just, all it takes is just kind of looking up more information on it, talking to somebody, anything you can do. And you can feel better and enjoy these winter months, because you know what? There are some really great stuff to do out there. I mean, you're not blazing hot out there and you're not sweating. You can, you know what? Go for, if it's snowing outside, go sledding, or just go for a walk on a hike, or camping, bonfires. And there are a lot of really enjoyable things about the winter months.
Yeah, I think it's another part of that is staying active, whether that be working out or just making yourself busy too, so you're not just all day thinking about, oh my god, I'm so sad, oh my god, it sucks outside. We've started going to the gym rigorously, and I feel so much better after, and so much happier. Like I feel productive. I feel like I'm doing something good for myself. So, if you don't, have a gym or whatever, you could do yoga.
Yeah, I mean, on YouTube, there's plenty of free
Yeah.
videos. Like, we'll just pop one on and do that as a group. Or, they even have, like, at-home workout stretching, especially.
Yeah.
Do you know, I never used to stretch before we started going to the gym, but as soon as I kind of just started stretching and I was able to I worked up to being able to touch my toes, because it's just been a weird goal of mine. I just had to touch it, but I mean, everybody kind of looks at their toes, and little kids, as a baby, you're like, you can touch your toes. Like, right now, my nephew's all about just grabbing his feet and, like, shoving them in his mouth, or, like, holding them really close to him. He's so cute, though, but I just think, like, just being able to stretch, that has made a difference. It's made me feel more, like, energized also in a way, but also feeling just more relaxed.
Yeah, I think just keeping your body moving and body busy, also keep your mind busy. I think, it doesn't hurt to have some mindless TV or something to just keep your mind off of that. Because I know I get so tunnel vision sometimes where I'm just like, oh my God, like I feel like shit. Like it's so, like, ugh. And I think there's a lot of different ways to do that. Like talking to someone really helps, but I know for a lot of people, like journaling helps, like talking about how they feel, like to just get it out of your head so you don't have to like total focus on it. I think that would be really good too.
I agree. I mean, also like another thing is like maybe putting some colored lights in your apartment. If they're all just the same
Got
boring
that, like,
color,
sterile white.
yeah, it's like super bright, but it hurts your eyes kind of bright because it's like blinky.
Yeah.
Kind of, yeah. I mean, those were terrible. So like definitely getting those like colored changing lights. So like,
yeah,
based off our mood, if we need a little more color to it, I think that's important. Like I have that at my parents' house. Like my dad, that was something that really helped me. Was like, okay, I can change my light. I can make it more sunny and bright, which is something I crave.
Yeah.
Like being in a dark room or a dark apartment by yourself, it's just like, oh,
yeah,
you need something. So I mean, you just gotta find those things that are best for you, so you can get enjoying things out there.
Yeah.
Just enjoying life, because
it's hard.
It's hard.
But you can do it. You're going to be okay. We believe in you. And yeah.
Yeah. And if you need some more advice of what you can do, you can always reach out to us. I mean, we might not be scientists or doctors and being able to actually know what the proper thing to do is and give you medical advice, but you know what? We can tell you what works best for us.
Yeah, which I think would help. Yeah, so I think that's it for today's episode. Thanks for tuning in, and we hope you learned something new, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, all right. Well, thank you, everybody, and, just stay happy out there.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Bye. Thank you for tuning in to the first episode of Sisterly Vibes. It was hosted by Holland Weber and Macy Teeter, edited by Holland, and produced. The information listed in the podcast was found from several research sites and scholarly sources, which included the Mayo Clinic's official website, the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services, the psychiatry.com or .org, and many other scholarly sources. So those will be linked below. That way you can go back and review any information or get more information on seasonal affective disorder. And if you have any questions, you feel free to reach out to us. Thank you so much.